Hey everyone, I'm here in the music studio of Piet Goddaer, who is better known as the artist Ozark Henry. And I'm very excited because Piet composed the music, the soundtrack for my new book, The Offer You Can't Refuse. And I'm here to interview him to talk about his approach and how he actually created that piece of music for me. Okay, Piet, I asked you to make a soundtrack for my new book, The Offer You Can't Refuse. How do you start with such a project when I come to you?
Although it was, of course, very original, I've never done this for a book.
Never for a book? Was this your first time?
This is the first time.
Okay.
This is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we can officially say this is the first.
It is.
Book with a soundtrack.
Yeah. And I think I looked it up. I think I haven't found anyone who's done this before. So
Okay.
so I
That's
couldn't.
Cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool. It's really cool. Just to go back to. What it was to make the music for a book is just to make the music for a story. It's finding what could underline or could be underlined by the music. I think the music shouldn't always tell what the book is already telling you. I think it should sometimes set a scene or set a certain atmosphere that goes with the book. And for me, it was things are happening. You are in the moment, or you're not. You don't decide the moment.
Yeah.
And that was interesting.
Yeah. So could you say that the music that you composed almost puts like another layer of experience on top of my story?
I think absolutely. I think if it does anything, I think it is setting an experience that goes with your story. I think it underlines that the time is now, things are happening, you're in the moment or you're not.
Yeah.
If you're not in the moment, you're missing the opportunity. There's no waiting, which was for me the interesting thing to pick up with the music.
Right.
The music is just it's upfront, it sets a pace, and that pace is very clear, very strict, and you make a decision. I go for it. I want to be where the opportunities happen,
right?
Or you don't.
Yeah.
So
it's also a little bit mysterious, is what I feel like. The beginning is very mysterious, how you build it up.
Well, I think to be in the now isn't that simple these days.
No, it's true. Many things are changing rapidly, and it's going so fast for organizations to follow.
Absolutely. I mean, even for me, like in what I do, things are changing so fast that atmosphere of to be, in the moment, to feel where it's going to happen or how the future is going to be influenced, that sets a tension.
Yeah.
And I think it was interesting to start with that tension that says like, okay, things are happening and I understand that I need to be in the moment and I understand that I have to look out, that things will change and that I need to be open for that change. But how will I be able to see it, And when the beat picks up, and time is, time is merciless, putting you in a direction. How will you be able to follow that pace? How will you be able to?
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the title that you gave to the song is Wir Schaffen das. Why did you pick that sentence?
I think it's a nice sentence that says that we can do this. It's a sentence that of course all of us know.
We know the sentence.
Also in a setting where it was very understandably taking a position of saying or having the mentality of saying even if we don't know how. It's a mentality to say like, let's do this. Yeah. And I think that from what I got is that is a very important step.
Yeah.
The step is just, even if you don't really know how it's feasible to, make the right decisions, do the right steps, that mindset of saying, okay, whatever it takes, change is going to happen.
We're going to go for it.
We're going to go for it.
And we can do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
And it begins with that mindset to make a difference.
Yeah,
and then you follow the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And what I really like about your work is that you create a total immersive sound experience, and I would recommend everyone who wants to listen to it to try it out with headphones, because that is the best experience, so definitely do that.
Yeah.
But can you explain what immersive sound actually is?
Well, immersive sound is natural sound. It's 3D sound. It's the way we experience sound in our daily lives.
Okay.
We're always immersed by sound.
Yeah, that's right.
Sound is around us. Our brains can capture a 3D format way better than any other format. Why? Because it's used to do that.
Yeah.
From as soon as we hear something, one of the most important things our hearing is doing or giving us is we're scanning our environment to understand where we are, to give us a sense of direction. It's our defense mechanism.
Yeah. It's an alert system.
It's an alert
for
system.
Danger or happiness. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're listening to how a room sounds. So we're very sensitive to reflections. So we're not just listening left, right. You know, the way we listen to music, mostly when you put on an album, systems are stereo, so it's left, right. No, we just listen what surrounds us. You know. And that's what we understand the best. That's why I like a live experience or going to a show makes it so much more emotional, more direct, more physical than listening to music at your home.
Yeah.
Why? Because the whole experience of what happens in that room is part of what the music is telling you.
Yeah.
And we're so sensitive to that. So I am working in that field now for like 6 years.
Okay.
So for me, it made absolutely sense, you know, to go with your story, you know, to go with the way we should be listening to music even today. And I was expecting that immersive sound, or like the version that I used for headphones, which is the binaural version. It's a translation for headphones, because it is in the now. It's, you know, it's giving you what music is supposed to give you. It's an experience. It's emotional. It's personal. So that's the format that nature tells us is the best format. So
and it's very impressive to listen to. So I'm very proud that you made that for me. Just last question, maybe, is this a technique, if I can call it like this, that you would recommend companies to use more? Do you think they could use sound more or smarter or better to, you know, create their brand or create an experience? What's your view on that?
I think that sound is a tool which is people sometimes underestimate. You know, brands work with images, you know, more than I think with sound. Or if they work with an image, you know, they think it way more through. When they use sound, they just take what they like.
Yeah.
I think with sound, there's way more that we can do. One, because sound is way more than taste.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Part of the sound, especially if you work in natural sound, the way I would work with sound, a part is of course taste, but a part is medicine. And I always compare it like with a cough syrup. We always make sure, the ones who make those syrups, they make sure that you like it. So if you have to choose between like 4 or 5 brands, all of them as a medicine are as effective, you will choose the one with the taste that you prefer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But first of all, it's a medicine. And I think that part with sound is something that people underestimate.
Okay.
And it's something that I like to work with the most. So first, if I would work for a brand, or I need to translate something in sound to help people connect to the experience that the brand is standing for, because that's the strongest thing one can do with sound. There's sound and there's the experience. Your brain or your memory is helped by connecting it to a sound. So what you could do is you can hear a certain sound and it brings the full experience of a certain brand. But of course, if you want to have the full experience, you need to make sure that the medicine of the brand is in that sound.
Right.
And you need to make sure that you do it in the fullest expression of sound, which is immersive sound, which is natural sound. Why? Because your brain understands that format way better. You know, it's from a start of already an experience.
Yeah.
A lot to discover.
No, I love it. I think it's very impressive. I had the honor to listen to it here in your studio.
Oh,
and
cheers.
I was blown away. So I'm deeply proud that you made this for me. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think it was really great to.
It was a good partnership. Yeah,
absolutely.
I really enjoyed it. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.